Hi guys, in this video, we're going to go over number 2 on your chapter 12 homework. So the one says tax efficiency. So this will be my second attempt. My first one, I made a little stupid mistake and I got everything wrong. Okay, so let's hopefully this one get it right. All right, so the government says, the question says, the government is considering levying a tax of $50 on suppliers of either ticket or a bus pass, a concert ticket or bus pass. The supply curve for each of these two goods is identical. As you can see, each of the following graphs. The demand for concert ticket is shown by DC, which is the first graph, and then the demand for bus pass is shown by DB, the second graph. So for the first one, suppose the government taxes concert ticket. The following graph shows the annual supply demand of the good. It also shows the supply curve, which is the S plus tax shifted up by the amount of proposed tax, $50 per ticket. All right, so looking for two things, our tax revenue and then something called deadweight loss. So guys, this information was covered in chapter 8, which we might or might not have skipped it. So if you have any more questions, read the chapter 8, and have any question, let me know, send me an email, okay? All right, so to find our tax revenue, now tax is the difference between how much buyer pays and how much seller receive. So let's suppose you go buy something and you pay $10 for it. But for this transaction, the seller of the good, after tax, only getting $8 back. That will happen to $2. That's our tax, right? So your tax is the difference between how much buyer pays and how much seller receive. And then your government tax revenue, this would be your tax per unit times how many of quantity of transaction you have. So let's suppose for the economy, we sell 1,000 unit, and every one we charge a $2 tax. Then the total money that's collected by the government will be 2 times 1,000, which would be $2,000 of government tax revenue. Okay, and then price for buyer, price for seller, quantity. So we need to looking for these three informations to figure out how much is our government tax revenue. All right, so let's find those numbers. So first, let's find out what is the price for buyer. So buyer price will be coming from the intersection of your tax supply curve and then your old demand curve. So let me show where the intersection is. So right here, where it says 150 and 80, that is our first intersection looking for. Because from this point, you will find out how much is the price that's paid by the buyer. So buyer will pay 80. Now, if buyer pays 80 and then your tax is $50 per ticket, then once you pay the tax, what's left over for the sellers will be only $30. And then the quantity will be 150. Okay, so again, from this intersection of your demand curve and your new supply curve, that is how much the price for buyer pays. And then go down to your old supply curve, that is how much the price the seller receive. So buyer pays 80 and then seller receives 30. And then the quantity will be just underneath that. That'll be 150. Okay, so that green area is our tax revenue. And to find our deadweight loss, we're gonna go to the triangle that's to the right of this. And that is our deadweight loss. Okay, so by definition, deadweight loss is any type of loss in efficiency due to a market distortion such as a tax. So this is mentioned in chapter 8. So go home, read the section of the chapter 8. Okay, so for deadweight loss is bad because deadweight loss is inefficient. So for a government, for a society, your goal should try to reduce or eliminate your deadweight loss as much as possible. So to have a smaller deadweight loss. Okay. All right. Let's look at the next one. All right. So we have our bus pass, looking for tax revenue again. So the first point looking for is your new supply curve and the old demand curve right there. That is our new intersection. So from this point, we can find out how much is our buyer price, which will be at 110. And the quantity is 300. So go down to the old supply curve to get a price for seller. So seller price will be 60, and then buyer price will be 110. And then go all the way to the left. And this green triangle, this green area, rectangle, that is our government tax revenue. And then for deadweight loss, that will be the little triangle to the right. Go down. that's not good. Come on, there. And then right here, so that's our debt we lost. Okay, all right. So last step is asking to find out the numbers for each one. So let's do the calculations. All right, so tax revenue and then debt we lost. For tax revenue for this one will be base times height. So the vertical difference will be from 80 to 30. That's your vertical difference. And the horizontal difference will be 150. That's your tax revenue. And then we lost it's triangle, so base times height divided by 2. So the vertical difference is 80 minus 30. The horizontal difference will be 350. Yes, 350 minus 150. Get a 0 there, divided by 2. That's your debt we lost. Okay, and then for the next one, our tax and debt we lost. So tax, how much is our tax revenue? This would be the vertical difference, 110 minus 60 times horizontal difference. This would be that's 300. That's your tax revenue, and then we lost this little small triangle. So that will be 350 minus 300 times 110 minus 16. That's your vertical difference. 2. Yeah. Okay, so let's put this information in. So 7,500, 5,000, 7,500, 5,000. This is how much? 15,000, 1,250. All right. So if the government want to impose a tax that's more efficient, so efficient means lower debt weight loss. So more efficient tax will be the bus ticket. Okay, so bus pass, because this has a lower debt weight loss. All right, good enough. Yeah, we got everything right. Okay, so lucky us. All right, guys. So that's how I do number 2 on chapter 12. Have any question? Email me. Okay. All right. See you later. Bye bye.